Hello everyone, my name is Christian, and Honkai Star Rail is a steaming pile of shit. Yes, that means today I will be talking about 25 things I hate about Honkai Star Rail. Some of these are genuine complaints, but for the most part, this is mainly satire and just me kind of just having fun talking shit about the game. I do love the game a lot, and if you want to hear me talk about the things I actually like, check out the previous 25 things video. It'll be linked below. With all that said, let's start off with number 1, Herta. I hate Herta. She is just annoying, she has never done anything to make her a more likable character. Not to mention, she also, I don't even think she's that fun of a character to use. Is she good? In Pure Fiction and what's the other one called? Memory of Chaos? She's good, she's not bad. That doesn't make me like her anymore. The only reason I feel like a lot of people will use Herta is because her Eidolons are very easy to acquire through Simulated Universe. Outside of that, why would you ever choose to use this character? Definitely my least favorite character to interact with in Star Rail. Number 2, Sampo. I've said it many times, but man, I do not like Sampo. Now many people I know like Sampo, either for his looks or because he got better over the course of the Yurilo storyline. But allow me to remind everyone of Sampo's track record. First, he met us outside of Belbog and promptly got us into a fight with Japard, the captain of the military. Second, he helped us escape the clutches of Bronya and the Silvermane guards. That was a good thing, you might be saying, so why is it on the list? Well, not only did Sampo save us from the guards, he also saved Bronya. He stole the princess of the planet. He also accomplished this little rescue by literally gassing us and knocking everyone there out. So yeah, I'm not giving him points for this one. He does assist us in getting back to the overworld technically, so that wasn't too bad, you know? Then we ultimately hit the Belobog Cultural Museum side quest. The mastermind behind many artifacts being stolen and causing us, as the acting museum director, so much trouble was none other than Sampo. He clearly isn't apologetic about it either, considering he was willing to leave his associate in the dust so he could make bank and get away scot-free. And now, the worst part, you might ask? We don't even get to bring him to justice. He literally runs away as we have to answer a phone call. All of this, and we haven't even talked about the Lafu or Penacani. Sampo consistently causes problems wherever he goes, and I will never be giving him any slack on the matter. He's lucky he's a halfway decent damage dealer, or he would be my absolute least favorite unit in this entire game. Number 3, that stupid deer in Simulated Universe World 7. Alright, so let me rant for a minute. I honestly don't even like the Simulated Universe that much. You know what? Actually, hold on. We'll get back to the deer. Number 3, the Simulated Universe. The Simulated Universe is so meh. It's hard to describe, man. Every single week, I have to run through the Simulated Universe to finish the weekly mission, and then to get the 10,000 point reward. These rewards are very valuable, so naturally, you want to make sure you get them, right? I've still yet to upgrade my world fully, so I don't have the highest levels of the Simulated Universe unlocked yet. Those will make a difference, I'm sure, but right now, things feel so boring. There's no excitement, it's painfully repetitive, and it's ultimately necessary considering how important planar ornaments are. I just am not a fan of the Simulated Universe, and while yes, there are a lot of alternative game modes in Star Rail now, that doesn't change the fact that this is a very important part of the game that you need to partake in that I really just don't care about. Alright, now let's get back to that deer. Number 4, that stupid deer in World 7. This fight just sucks. I have no healer who can cleanse, so instead I need to bring in my E6 March who is able to shield and get rid of the status effect. The branches that cause these status effects aren't even that bad beyond that simple thing. They're just annoying unless I have that one nihility skill that makes all enemies get the same weakness break inflicted when I hit it with one enemy. The deer itself though? My god. Why can it heal? And why does it heal so much when it does heal? And why in God's name does it have a move to buff its attack power when it's already pretty strong? The gore attack, or whatever it has where it whips its head, is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in this game. It does massive AoE damage, and again, it can be buffed to be even stronger. I have had it kill all 4 party members in a single go before. Oh my god, Universe 7. I avoid running Simulated Universe 7 as often as I can because this boss is just so annoying and it takes so long to actually get through him because I have to double bring sustain or else I will struggle because I don't have cleanse. Yeah, just screw this guy, man. Number 5. The Black Swan and Imbibitor Lunae banner running at the same time. This is my list, and I can do what I want, and this really upset me, okay? Number 6. Grinding for relics. I need to ask, very genuinely, does anyone actually enjoy this? Like, I would understand if people were just desensitized to it, or found it okay because of the reward, but honestly, who actually fully likes grinding for relics? I had never played a true gacha game until I started Star Rail and Genshin Impact at around the same time. It is then that I realized that, man, these games love to use up your time. Relics matter a lot in this game. This is how you get your character to be the exact way you need them to be, and how to really increase their strengths. Many people know this, but light cones seem to serve as more of the flat stat boost, and relics are how you really upgrade the most important parts of your character. But it's hard to do that when I keep getting HP percent on my body piece. This is repetitive, boring, there is no way to make it go faster, and the only way to even guarantee you get an item with the main stat you want is by using a hyper rare item that you get very rarely. Ultimately, that item is just for the main stat as well. There's nothing about the substats, so those could still totally suck, and then you've wasted your resin for absolutely nothing. I literally grinded the exact same Cavern of Corrosion for a week straight, every single day, with additional Trailblaze power, and never got the piece I was looking for. I understand your pain now, gacha game players. I am so sorry. Number 7. How long it takes to get characters to level 80. Okay, this one is a very minor complaint. This one is more nitpicking, but it takes about 300 high rarity books to get all the way to level 80. And it takes 138 books to get from level 70 to 80. Would you like to guess how many books the highest tier of Golden Calyx gives? You guessed it, 6. You get 6 purple books and about 30 of the lower variety. Like, bruh, why is this a thing? It is not okay for it to take this long and for them to short you this much. I'll get these guys leveled up eventually. 8. The fact you cannot hit claim all on assignments for some stupid reason. Genshin has implemented this. So why doesn't Star Rail have it? Like, what do they know that I don't? That's all I'm asking. This is a very good quality of life feature that for some reason has just not been included yet, despite other games the company works on having it. I'm very much hoping this gets added sooner rather than later, but I'm really not holding my breath. Number 9. Why is Link's Quantum? Okay, yes, I get it. You don't want every character on your relo to be ice. You want them to have some different elements. That's fair. But come on, man, she is literally a Snow Plains researcher, and she's dressed all nice and cozy for the cold, unlike both Japard and Serval. But no, instead, she's Quantum for some stupid reason. Like, what? It made sense for Serval with the weapons and the fact she was a mechanic, and so, lightning would make sense ultimately. There is no reason for her to be Quantum. I genuinely just do not get it. Number 10. The fact that Clara doesn't have shoes. Very specific, I know, and I bring this up a lot, but poor Clara, man. I have been told now that Clara always twists her ankles in shoes, so that's why she can just never wear them. But this is where I draw the line for realism. It is so cold on your relo. This poor girl is constantly walking in snow and on metal with no shoes, and that's just sad. Star Rail did her dirty with this. Number 11. How bad Yanqing is. Oh, this one's sad. I don't know if Star Rail will ever do buffs or anything, but Yanqing, He just sucks, man. Nobody uses him. He's severely outmatched by most other strong DPS, and he just doesn't have enough about him to make him great. I personally really liked Yanqing when I got him, and I found him a lot of fun to use, until I got Jingliu. Jingliu is basically a superpowered Yanqing that is just about better in every single way. Even if you don't have Jingliu, rarely do you need Ice to be your primary attacker. You can use someone like Zila for a hypercarry team, or Kafka with Gwenaifen or Sampo for damage over time. Even a character who notoriously was not good like Herta has risen the ranks and found consistent usage in the game's hardest content. Yanqing simply has nothing currently to ascend him to this level and has been completely written off by most hardcore players. Please buff the small boy Star Rail, he needs it. 12. The lack of cleanse on many sustain units. This one is very much a personal gripe for me, but something that still feels like a kind of real issue. Every sustain unit added to Star Rail feels like they just invalidate older ones more and more. The only early healer that still feels fairly relevant is Luocha, due to his powerful healing ability that automatically triggers upon a unit getting low on health. Many of these units are perfectly capable sustain units. My March can provide a full health bar worth of shield for a character and they will barely take damage. My Bailu consistently keeps my entire party alive even without the need for her res. Where the frustration arises from is that many other sustain units don't have a cleanse to get rid of status effects, and ultimately that is severely detrimental in this game. Talking about the Deer from World 7 again, this is a huge problem. Losing control of characters breaks down the entire game plan of what you want to do. Bailu is great for healing, but she has no cleanse. I then have to bring in March to keep those negative effects off. I can keep my characters alive, but as a result, the fight takes much longer and it feels silly that this is even necessary. Now obviously there are workarounds, or I could just try to solo bring in March, but that's not the focus here. 5 stars like Bailu and Japard have seen their usage and role decrease because of this lack of cleanse. The main sustain units anyone sees now are usually Huahua, Fushuan, and Luocha, with many other characters being quite far behind honestly. Luocha is lucky his healing is so capable and he gets the cleanse, because unlike Fushuan, he does not deal a lot of damage, and he has nowhere near the same support abilities as Huahua. It's simply an unfortunate case in my mind that I really wish wasn't there, so it would feel like the newest sustain unit isn't always a must-have. Alright, this video is already going on a bit longer than I thought, so from here on out, I'm going to try and go a bit faster and cut down the explanations by quite a bit. Except for this next one. Number 13. Hanya. I'm scripting this first part of me talking, but for this section, I'm going to tell you all the story unscripted, so enjoy my fumbling that I'm about to go through. So long story short, I wanted Hanya when she was arriving on the current banners of Argenti and Silverwolf. She was a new 4-star, I wanted to try and keep up with the 4 stars because, you know, I don't want there to be a ton added to the game that I'm going to have to catch up on at a later point. To get Hanya, I had to do 80 pulls. It took me 80 pulls to get the 4-star. At that point, I was currently saving for the character that was coming out next. I can't remember who it was at this point, but I was saving. This 80 pull, I accidentally pulled Silverwolf. Completely on accident, mind you. And even then, it took me an additional 14 pulls to get Hanya finally. This isn't a problem with Hanya. This is barely a problem with the game, but man, I am salty. That's it. Number 14, how hard it was to get imaginary characters. So this was rectified with them giving everyone a free doctor ratio, but I still want to talk about it. Before that, you had 3 5-stars, with one that had just had the banner come back around, one that has still yet to receive a rerun at the time of writing. You can only get Welt from the standard warp, and you can only get Yukong when she's locked behind the Forgotten Hall, and she's not even that great. If it wasn't for Dr. Ratio, this section would have been a lot longer, because that is really, really stupid. Number 15. How much cooler Su Shang from Honkai Impact 3rd is. This is literally Daniel and the cooler Daniel. The outfit is clean, she looks more mature, and please, please, please look at this ultimate. Honkai Impact Sushong is so cool. I love normal Sushong a lot too. But man, it's just unfair. Number 16, the fact that Samudrartha is copyrighted. Yeah, the last line explains it all. I had to disable revenue on the last 25 things video because that song is copyrighted. I also can't include it in the music reaction video I wanted to make. This is a first world problem, but either way, sad days, gamers. Number 17, how hard it is to say some of these character names. Okay, I know this is an easy fix and I'm just dumb, but I try so hard. Why can't they make character names a bit easier? Like first, we have this, then this, and then this as well. These names are not intuitive, and no matter how many times I try to learn or try to differently pronounce it, the comments always tell me I'm wrong. Please someone help me. 18. Ultimate voice lines not being the same in fast motion. This problem is also pretty self-explanatory. Listen to this first.
Rules are made to be broken!
Now, listen to this.
Rules are made to be broken!
Don't you dare tell me those have the same aura. One is objectively better, but playing in normal motion makes things take so long, and it's not even funny. These voice lines are so much better, but there's really nothing to do about it. It really does diminish a lot of ults in this game, sadly. Number 19, there's no way to rewatch cutscenes in either Genshin or Star Rail. YouTube exists, and thank God for that, but this is a little silly. Am I the only one who thinks that? Like, the cutscene is already made and loaded into the game. I feel like it would be a nice feature to go back and watch some of the cutscenes at times with how beautifully crafted they all are. A lot of other RPGs like Fire Emblem and Xenoblade allow for this, with even more cutscenes than Star Rail will have for a very long time, so again, far from a serious issue, but just feels like one that's really not a hard inclusion. Number 20, Arlen's introduction. This is just a me thing, roll the clip. He looks like a fucking nerd.
Wow.
Oh.
That's the head of the security department.
It's just a coincidence.
He looks like a
We
beta
came to
male.
deliver the rare relic Herta trusted us to find after an invasion.
Sorry, it's a little out of pocket. 21. These stupid signs in Penacony. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Why, Star Rail? Why? Number 22. The fact you can't inspect weapons. I really want to look at all the weapons this game has because some of them look really cool. And some of them are literally just a baseball bat. There are also no downloads available online of the weapons, so there really isn't a great way to view weapons of characters you don't have. Even if the characters themselves are meant to be the focus here, why give them such different and intricate weapons to just not be able to easily see them in most cases? Also, I've always wanted to do a video about Star Rail weapons, and it's really hard to make work because of this, so I'm very biased. Number 23. A lack of content for players who don't enjoy the grind as much. I understand the point of these games is to keep going and make your units as powerful as ever, and then try to beat the hardest enemies and challenges in the game as efficiently as possible. What I've noticed is that this game doesn't really leave much else to do if you don't want to do that, or if it's just not as much fun to you but you still enjoy the game. We get one companion mission every once in a blue moon, we get some sort of special event for each update, and then we get Trailblaze Continuance even more spread out as they prep more story. But the challenges of things like Swarm Disaster, Pure Fiction, Memory of Chaos, these are only accessible to people who put all of their time into this game for a certain amount of time. And outside of that, what else are you really gonna do in between updates? I just personally think that's not the best design to appeal to an entire audience base, but hey, what do I know? I'm a guy at a keyboard writing this at 1 AM. Number 24, spoilers. You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 24, the fact that Ting Yun is very dead. A personal choice for me, but man, I love Ting Yun and she got done so dirty. I don't personally buy into any theory about Ting Yun still being alive somewhere out there. Honkai Impact was known for having no reservations about knocking characters off, and I feel like they have carried that same energy into Star Rail. This is the first of many deaths that will occur throughout the story, but in my opinion, because it's one of my favorite characters, it definitely hurts a little bit more. And last but not least, number 25. Blade having jiggle physics. I don't want to go into detail about this, just play the damn video. If I had to see it, so do all of you. Hey, I didn't script an outro. Wow, would you look at that? Anyway, I really hope you all enjoyed watching. The 25 Things I Hate video took a lot longer to come up with than I thought, but I did ultimately get a few good selections in here and then quite a few meme selections, but I hope you enjoyed it either way. Plenty more content will be on the way, and I hope you all look forward to it. See you guys next time. Bye!